TIFFBFIRST here, and I just wrapped up a 5 to 5.2 or so mile. Got a little bit left to go to get back to the car. Hike. I am in Norvin Green State Forest. This was the Carris Hill Loop as advertised on alltrails.com. First things first, let's talk about the trailhead. Now, finding the trailhead wasn't really that confusing, I will admit. I was working with two different Carris Hill trail routes, and we ended up on the opposite side because I just was doing too much. So I don't mind being honest and saying that I was a little lost to start out, but we ended up getting back on track. And once you find the Weiss Visitor Center, you know you're in the right spot. And pretty much just follow the path. You're gonna cross past a gate that looks like you're not supposed to go through it, but you are supposed to keep through it, and just follow the signs. There's signs that are directing hikers to certain directions. I really rate hikes based on loss factor. How many times did I have to go back? How frequently blazed was it? But this was pretty well marked for the most part. The people on the trail were really friendly. Everyone was really nice. As far as following the directions, it was fairly clear. Just keep in mind, if you walk 15 steps and you don't see a blaze, then turn back. You probably are going the wrong direction because it is well blazed. Towards the end of the trail, it does get a little confusing. With the yellow, there were some points where we were going the wrong direction, so we had to go back because we weren't seeing blazes. This was a very clean trail. I will say whoever's maintaining it is doing a really great job at keeping this trail nice and clean. It was not very crowded, so doing this trail in the spring on a Saturday was like worlds apart from doing trails on the Hudson where you're dealing with a lot of people. So one thing to keep in mind about this, it is a true rock scramble, so please wear proper footwear. If you don't have hiking boots, make sure your shoes have a decent tread. You are going to encounter a lot of rocky terrain. There are going to be points where you need to use your hands. I like rock scrambles, they're challenging. This was a fairly challenging hike, but I brought along two people who were very new to hiking and had no trouble getting through this without breaking a sweat. The bugs were probably the biggest issue flying around, to be honest. The payoff. Let's talk about my favorite thing, the reason I do this. Aside from getting out of the nitty-gritty of New York City, it is all about the payoff. The payoffs on this hike are so absolutely worth it. Just from the jump, as you see, when you enter this trailhead, you're going to encounter a really lovely waterfall. It's not a massive waterfall. So you're going to spend a lot of time on the blue trail, which is where you are going to see a lot of views. But once you get to the yellow trail, that's really sort of the peak for me. That's where you're going to see, if it's a clear day, the New York City skyline. And it's so nice to just see that and be away from it and sort of really put into perspective, you know, the peace, the calmness, the quiet of getting outdoors. So the payoff is definitely worth it. The people were friendly. You know, let's get out here, black girls. Let's take over these trails and explore nature and the outdoors. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and let me know if you tried this hike out. How did it go for you? Did you get lost? Don't be afraid of getting lost. Just make sure you have somebody with you and enjoy yourself. All right, TIFFB out. Woo! I made it! That's it. That's a wrap. That's a